Hi guys, my name is Nonima Digela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Victor Majola, the DJ Waras accused, murder accused. Let's talk about that. It was his bail hearing the last time we spoke. We did videos, and I need to update you on what happened. Before we do that, guys, please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment, and most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end, and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you are doing that, you will be supporting this channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now let's get into this. Bail decision has not yet been finally granted or refused. As of the most recent court proceedings, the Johannesburg Magistrate Court did not grant bail at the recent hearing and reserved judgment on Majola's bail application. The magistrate declined certain defense requests like some CCTV footage on bail and postponed the final bail hearing. A formal bail judgment has been scheduled for 26 January 2026, meaning the court will announce whether he is granted or denied bail on that date. What happened in the hearing so far? The defense and prosecution have been battling over CCTV evidence that may or may not show Majola at the scene before or during the murder. The defense claims new video could help his case. The state disputes its relevancy or identity content. The magistrate has even considered reopening parts of the bail proceedings to look at this new footage before taking a decision. And what that means now, Majola remains in custody until court hands down its bail ruling. The bail outcome isn't final yet. It's expected 26 January 2026. Now, what the court must decide in Victor Majola's bail hearing. Under the Criminal Procedure Act, bail is not about guilt. The court asks one core question: will releasing the accused endanger justice or the public? To answer that, the magistrate weighs the factors below. Number one, seriousness of the charge. Majola is charged with murder, a Schedule 6 type of offense. This raises the bail threshold. He must show exceptional or compelling reasons why release is justified. He carries the burden, not the state at this stage. Secondly, strength of the state's case. The magistrate considers CCTV footage, witness statements, phone records, or tracking if presented, whether evidence places him at or near the scene. The court does not test truth beyond doubt, only whether the case is prima facie, strong or weak. Thirdly, risk of interfering with witnesses or evidence. This is critical in this matter. Are witnesses known to Majola? He said he doesn't know them. Has he allegedly contacted anyone after the incident? Could he influence or intimidate witnesses if released? If risk exists, bail likely to be refused. Number four, risk flight. The court examines fixed address, employment, family ties, passport, travel history. Even a South African citizen can be denied bail if there is a reasonable possibility the accused will evade trial. Well, Majola did state he does not even have a passport. His family is at KwaZulu-Natal in Mutu, and his business, he is self-employed. He has a taxi business. So he does have a fixed address where they arrested him. That's the address that he gave. So I think that is enough. Public interest. Number five, public interest and public safety. The magistrate must consider community outrage, nature of the killing, whether release could undermine confidence in the justice system. This does not mean mob justice, but perception does matter in serious violent crimes. They matter. Point number six, the CCTV dispute. This is why judgment was reserved. The defense argues CCTV weakens the state's case. State disputes identity and relevancy. A magistrate must decide, does it materially change the bail picture, or is it better tested at trial? This point could trip bail either way. Possible outcomes on judgment day. 1, if bail is granted, strict conditions likely, no witness contact, reporting to SEPS once, 3 times a week, travel restrictions, possible house arrest. Those are the things if he is granted bail. If he is denied, if bail is denied or refused, Majola will remain in custody. Trial proceeds while he is detained. Bail can only be revisited if new facts arise. Majola, he's in for a big one. Okay, what is the takeaway when it comes to this? The bail decision is procedural, not a verdict. Even if bail is refused, it does not mean he is guilty. Only that the court believes release possesses a risk, be it if it's for him when it comes to the public, or it's for the public or the community, or the trust in the justice system. It could be so many things that can lead to that. So yeah, that is where we are standing when it comes to the DJ Waras Meda accused bail application. We are going to come back with more reports when the case proceeds, or during on the 26th of January 2025. We will come back to report to you what was the outcome. I don't know about you, but I think this is something that we need to look into and also wait for the trial. Me personally, as Umadikela, I have not decided anything when it comes to Victor Majola, because we have learned that you don't just trust police on what they say. You need to take what they say on trial so that they can produce the evidence that they claim to have, talk about it. It needs to be tested. It needs to be led in court. Cross-examination needs to come. And then after that, you can make up your mind. Otherwise, if you take things on face value when it comes to police, you have a problem. We will have problems as the country. So I'm not saying Majola is guilty or not. I don't know. We want the evidence. We want the evidence. We have been taught by these cases that we watch, Uguti, you need to first listen, hear, make up your mind. Informed decisions about cases come after listening to a trial. Watch the trial, listen to it attentively, understand things, understand everything that is happening when it comes to that trial. Don't just accept what is being said by the police. That is what we have learned from the Senzo Meyiwa matter. So now we will always test cases like this one. Every time a case like this comes through, we are going to test it through what we learned via the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. Because initially we were buzzing, we were like, In fact, when it comes to that one, we had the things that we knew. And then the accused came and we were like, it is the first time accused are refusing to enter the dock. And then they told us in the trial that they were tortured, blah, blah, blah. And then we saw Majola coming in the first time he came to court. Yo, he was in pain, guys. When he actually said, they bored me, I was like, Ububonaka. That was so obvious, my guy. That was so obvious. They moored him. Oh, he was moored. You could see him, the way he walked. He was limping also. He was in pain. So when it comes to police, we need to go via the trial before we can trust anything that they say. I'm sorry, South African police services, but it is what it is. Torturing, coercing, it's always in court recordings. But guys, I will see you on our next video. Tell me, what are your thoughts when it comes to this? Is this another Senzo Meyiwa saga? We'll see. Time will tell. Bye-bye.